Hi, it's Colleen again, and I'm here to show you one of my favorite treats to bring to parties, or if you're having a party, or just to have by yourself. It is chocolate dipped strawberries sangria Jell-O shots. They are so yummy, I can't even tell you. You just need strawberries, Ghirardelli chocolates, and Jell-O. You can use whatever flavor you like. I'm using lemon today, but you can use orange, raspberry, strawberries, whatever sounds good to you, and some wine. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you wash your strawberries and dry them real good. The chocolate doesn't stick to strawberries real well if they're a little bit wet. So I've already done that for you. And then we are going to take the strawberries. Now what you want to do is you want to cut off a little part of the bottom of the strawberries so it stands up straight. But you have to be real careful because if you cut too much, then the Jell-O will go right through the bottom. So we're just gonna take a little tiny bit, just like that, and you can see how that stands up real good. And then you just cut the top off. You can use a melon baller if you want, but I find just using a little coring knife works even better. And you're just gonna core out a little bit of the strawberry in the middle. And again, you don't wanna go too far because if you cut this side of the strawberry, the Jell-O mixture will just go right up the side. And there you go. Perfect, just like that. So we're gonna just do a couple of those. Okay, so we have the bottoms cut so they stand straight up and the middle's cored out. So now we're gonna take our chocolate and we're gonna melt it. I use the microwave. I do a minute at first, and then if it needs a little more, 30-second increments after that. I like the dark chocolate, but you can use milk chocolate. You can even use white chocolate if you like. But I'm a dark chocolate girl. Plus it goes good with red wine. So we're gonna go melt these and then we're gonna dip the strawberries. So my chocolate is all melted. Something really important you have to do here is dry off the bottom of the strawberry as much as you can. Chocolate just does not want to stick onto anything wet. So we're just gonna grab a little bit, dip it in the chocolate, get your wax paper ready, and stick them right like that. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to set, we're gonna make our Jell-O. You just follow the instructions on the Jell-O box, and it usually calls for 2 cups of water, 1 hot, 1 cold. So the cold water we're going to replace with some wine. And you can use any flavor wine. I'm using Chardonnay Little Lakes from my wine country gift basket that I got. And you can use red wine, you can use Pinots, Rosés, whatever tastes good to you. So we're gonna make the Jell-O. Okay, so I've already put my 1 cup of hot water, and now I'm gonna do 1 cup of cold white wine. Like I said, you can use any wine that sounds good to you. So we're gonna add that into the Jell-O. Mix that up real good. And then I usually just let it sit for a little bit so it's not too hot in the strawberries. So we're gonna let that sit. So while that's sitting, I actually have another little tip for you guys. Sometimes the bottom of the strawberries, when you peel them off, you can see that the little part that is still a little bit wet didn't quite, get covered. And you do wanna try and cover it in case there's little holes, because again, the Jell-O will go through. So what I do is I take my little spatula and I'll just do a little flat drop on there. And you want to try to get it flat so that they still stand up, and then just keep them upside down. So the chocolate has set up, so we're just going to put them inside the cup holders. Okay, so I usually just use a spoon and you just pour it in. Try to get to the top, but you don't want it to go over. Okay, so we're good. Just fill them to the top. Now we're gonna put them in the refrigerator for probably about an hour or 2 until the Jell-O sets up. And then we will show you when we're done. Okay, so our Jell-O is all set up. So I usually just kind of put them on a little nice platter or plate And then I always put a little bit of some type of garnish on there just to make yourself look fancy. So I'm gonna put a little bit of mint from my garden, and it adds a little bit of color too. So there you go, they're all done, and they taste wonderful with red wine, if I must say so. If you'd like to see another recipe with strawberries that I've done, I made strawberry cheesecake volcanoes. I'll put it in the description below, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much.